welcome to Take a Bump podcast.
The Take a Bump podcast. For everybody watching, you can interpret that however you want.
Anything PG. That's all we think of. But my name's Alex. I'll be your host.
I am Tyler. I will be your co-host.
And of course, we also have Ed, but...
Of course, nobody shows up. No, Ed's working right now, but here in spirit for sure.
For sure. He wanted to be here so bad. But basically what this podcast is all about is just three goofballs talking about random stuff. Bring some relevant topic, news.
Yep.
And anything that's interesting and relevant.
Kind of touching base on what's going on in the world, right? Keeping your finger on the beat type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we would usually talk about anyways.
I mean, it's very true.
Yeah.
Other than all the degeneracy.
A little bit of it.
So, awesome. Well,
Perfect.
I'm excited.
Yeah. But before we get into all that, like, how was your day today?
Oh, honestly, it was good. It was good. I can't even lie. Today is a Friday, so, I mean, in the world of entertainment, Fridays are either balls to the wall or you could hear a pin drop. It is one or the other. It is kind of black and white. So today, kind of one of those pin drop days, but it's good. It was slower, taking it easy today, so not that crazy. So I'm happy for it. We had a crazy week, so it's kind of good to decompress on a Friday.
Okay. The moment you walked in, I was, wow. I thought we were here for a podcast. You came in for a
Well, we're here for a podcast, night out on the town. You know how my Fridays go.
Okay.
You know
All
how it
right.
goes.
You're
I mean,
ready.
you know
You're
all
ready.
too well.
You're ready for whatever happens tonight.
You got to stay ready. That's the thing. You got to stay dressed for the occasion.
Okay.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I usually stay by that. But other than that, how was your day?
Mine was okay. I had to look fresh for this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But first of all, did you hear about Odie?
Odie. I heard a little bit, but I'm not too familiar on the subject.
I think the full name is Odysseus. Kevin, what is it? Odysseus mission?
I think it's like Odysseus, something like that.
Odysseus?
Odysseus or
Odysseus?
Oh, maybe.
Odysseus? What's the spelling on that?
Odyssey, but with like a EU instead of the Y.
EU instead of the Y? I'd have to see the word.
It's easier to just call Odie.
Odie, okay.
Right? Yeah.
So Odie, does this have to do with the moon?
It does have to do with the moon, yes.
So I did hear a little bit about it, but run me up to speed.
Basically, this happened yesterday, I believe, around like 6 p.m. It's an unmanned spacecraft that landed on the moon, and it's the first with not just NASA. It's an actual a private company that landed it.
Right.
I think it's called Intuitive.
So this was a commercial flight, unmanned.
Yes.
It's so basically a trial to the moon.
Yeah,
got
basically.
it.
So let me pull out some more details just to...
Sure.
It's a pretty big thing, so we don't want to mess it up, you know? Yeah, so basically at 6:23 p.m. Eastern time, this mission marked the first successful commercial lunar landing and U.S. landing since
So they
1972.
made it. So they made it.
They made it.
Okay, good. So they actually went and landed on the moon, the whole thing. Now, do you know if it was a commercial spaceship, or was it just like some sort of a pod or something like that? Or because reason why I asked that question, so you have Amazon's company, it's Blue something. Is it Blue?
Blue Chew.
No. blue, something with blue in it, but basically it's Amazon's version of a commercial flight to space.
Right.
And also you have Virgin Galactic, which is another one. All these private companies who are gearing towards commercial space travel. I mean, it'll be a thing coming pretty soon. I mean, I think that's the next thing.
Right.
So it is fairly frequent as far as larger private companies trying to, get to the next frontier as far as, air travel and, space travel now. But
I think that's the goal. That's why they want to do it. Of course, internationally, like let's say China, they've been trying to get to the moon already. I think they have like rovers there already.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody's trying to get into the moon. Of course, like you said, this is gonna be the next big thing.
Of course, commercial travel to
Yeah.
space will be the next big thing. I mean, we've made it to the moon.
Right,
That's the thing. I mean, of course, you know, we have Elon, so you got Mars coming around the pike, but which is also very. That's you know, the craziest thing to think about is, you know, well, you have type 1, type 2, type 3 civilizations. You know, you get into all that type of stuff. Now, multi-planetary type of civilizations is where we're going next.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think that's the next move is to, you know, start establishing some sort of, you know, roots or however you want to call it in another planet. I mean, you know, we've only got this one for so long.
I know.
But yeah, I definitely think so. This company, so commercial space travel for sure will be becoming a thing. I mean, I think it's pretty soon. You know, within the next 10 to 15 years,
Yeah.
I think that'll be something that's pretty normal as far as, you know, the upper echelon of society, because tickets aren't going to be cheap. And
Right.
if I'm wrong, I could be wrong about this, but I believe it was $250,000 per ticket on Jeff Bezos' trip
To the space.
to space. I mean, they didn't even go to. I mean, they went up to space. They didn't land anywhere, obviously,
Yeah.
but they went up to space, and I believe that was the per ticket cost. But I think so. So Odie, basically, this is just an experimental type of thing. Why was it such big news? Do you know why?
So they're trying to pave the way, right? They were saying that if this was at the time, if this was a success, 2026 they want to send manned mission to the moon.
Right.
And of course, the point, like you said, is so that we can explore the moon more, make it more, get more used to like going out of space and travel further.
Yeah.
I hope so. I wanna.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's let's say so basically Odie's what they were the first to do is so they want to bring a commercial flight to the moon. Is that what it is basically? They're talking about basically bringing people to the moon instead of just out in space, because people out in space, I mean, for the most part, I think a couple companies have done it.
Yeah.
But you know, just kind of one-offs and stuff like that, just trying to see how things go. So I guess that's the thing, huh? I mean, I could be wrong about it, but
That's pretty much it.
cool.
That's pretty much
I think
it.
that's very, very cool. I mean, I'm rooting for them. I hope that it happens. I definitely want to go.
Yeah, they better. Yeah. I can't imagine being on the moon.
No, I can't imagine that. I mean, and it's pretty scary, dude. It's like, you know, I have a thing about flying. Not that bad, but I don't know, going to space, it's a tough one. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. And to think about how far the actual space program has come since the late 1960s.
I think it was
when Apollo came around.
72. Yeah, Apollo 3rd.
Yeah, Apollo. Yeah, when
Yeah.
JFK was the guy who did that.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, it's pretty wild to see how far we've come. But yeah, and I mean, to be honest with you, another crazy thing to think about is that space travel's become more of a thing without some type of war going on. Because some people know, some people don't know. The reason why we even went to the moon was because we were in the Cold War.
Right.
We were in a space war. You know? It's between us and the Russians going to space and who can get there first. You know, that's what drives a lot of the stuff that happens in the United States. So having, and in other countries, not just the U.S., but a lot of things that happen in the world.
Yeah.
It's almost a competition, you know, it drives everything that goes forward. But I think it's cool that these private companies are getting into it without any, you know, just doing it to do it and just to progress humanity forward. I think that's really cool.
Let me ask you, if you had a choice between skydiving or walking on the moon, which one are you more afraid
I'd
of?
walk to the moon. More afraid of? I'm more afraid of skydiving.
Skydiving?
I am, because
So
of
it's gravity.
to be honest, I'm afraid of skydiving because, I mean, and who knows, maybe I'll do it one day. But I'm afraid of skydiving because the only thing that's holding me from death is a piece of cloth and some string. Even though it's safe, you know, it's scary to me. You know, and people love doing it. I've just never been in the. I've never been of the mindset of being like such a. I don't want to say risk taker, but such a like a daredevil almost. You know, if I could stay on the ground, I'll stay on the ground. I like that. I like to keep the risk factor minimal. But yeah, I would probably go to the moon, and it may seem backwards, right? It's more of a crazier thing to go to the moon, but I think there's a higher level of technology that goes into it and a lot of money behind it. So that factor is a little comforting.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, I guess I would go to the moon.
What I'm afraid of is like, since there's no gravity on the moon, if I jumped a little too hard, I start flying
You're gonna
away.
float off?
I'm floating.
I think silence, we can save that into the silence of
all
blackness
pitch
of space.
black. Yeah. The worst part would be like if I went the other way,
right.
I just see the Earth become a little dot.
Well, the other reason I would go is because I think it's a better story.
Okay.
It's a better story.
Yeah.
I like that. I think it's better. It's a better. Hey, I went to the moon the other day. Oh, that's great. That's a good icebreaker for me. But I think that's what I would do. That's good though. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot's been going on lately. You got that. You have the what I was going to talk to you about was what is your perspective, and this may be out of left field, but with this whole space travel and futuristic type of things, what's your perspective on AI?
AI. Okay. I love AI, honestly.
Yeah.
It's helped me with a lot. Yeah.
How many times do you use ChatGPT during work?
All the time.
It works.
All the time. I don't tell anybody else, but
No, it makes me look smarter, but
yeah, I wrote that one.
yeah, I wrote all of that. No.
I did that report. No, but it's actually pretty amazing because with all the different AIs coming out, right? So I mean, of course, ChatGPT, the pioneer,
right.
And then Google with its Gemini, Microsoft with Copilot, also Perplexity, which is it's another one, but I think Jeff Bezos and a lot of other investors invested in it. So they're all basically, I think what it is like some of them have different models, different language or learning models, I believe, and that's what makes it like unique and different.
Right. I think it's something that was coming.
Yeah.
Right. AI. I mean, that's the next thing. Is the further we get into technology and everything, I think that AI will definitely become more integrated with regular life.
Right.
And it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a scene at eye robot. But with all the that's literally sometimes what I think of when I think about AI is a scene like that where soon enough you're going to have robots and things doing things that normally humans would do.
Yeah.
I don't think we would necessarily let them do everything. You want to keep that in check. That gets really scary really quick. But I think AI. I don't know. The other thing is what makes me excited about AI is the benefits that come from it as far as coming and finding cures for diseases and what basically having, because I don't know what the interface is in an AI or in something like that. Is it something that's comparable to a supercomputer? Is it something that's, I don't know what not necessarily, what goes into that, I guess. But, how do you compute how smart they are? How do they figure things out? Is it just a culmination of information that people put in? It's interesting. Interesting to think about. But definitely fun and scary.
Definitely. Yeah. But definitely useful as of now.
Yeah.
Honestly, the other day my mom was asking me, hey, like she's kind of fat. Not gonna lie.
What the fuck? Stop the madness,
She
bro.
told me herself.
I had to register what the hell you just said. Go on.
She told me herself.
Yeah, okay.
So I told her, hey, Mom, don't worry. We'll figure this out for you.
I'm so ready to hear how this ties into AI.
No, she was just asking me, okay, so
Right.
like, what should she do? What are things she can do to help her like lose weight and everything?
Uh-huh.
I was like, and she asked me, she said, oh, should I, because we have a little gym set at home. I got it during COVID. So she's like, oh, should I do these back workouts? It's like, Mom, you're trying to lose weight, not get swole. You don't.
I've never thought of that. About asking AI what to do to lose weight. It's a good idea.
I told her exactly, like, Mom, check with ChatGPT. You're paying $20 a month for the subscription.
Right.
Go see what's up, right?
Right.
And then it gave her hope. So she basically told ChatGPT everything: her age, how much she weighs, what kind of like health problems she may have and concerns that she has.
So it asked her these questions?
She told ChatGPT everything, and then asked ChatGPT, hey, give me a plan, a diet and workout plan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it gave her, it's complete, like she asked for Monday to Friday, because on the weekends, I guess she wants to have, she likes to cheat days on the weekends. So then it gave her everything. And it was pretty crazy. And then she said like, yeah, she has like bad knees. So ChatGPT said, hey, don't run too much, just walk. And now she's walking on the treadmill.
Did it give her a diet plan?
Yeah, I told her like what she should eat. Gave her kind of like the food. And then if she wanted to, she could go in more detail, like give me the recipes of these food as well. And then so it's pulling out all this information. But what's pretty crazy is that like they remember things too. So in that conversation, it remembers what you're talking about. And if you come back to the same conversation, it'll be based off of what you asked before.
Really? So it retains all that information. See, AI and ChatGPT, I do use it for work, but it's a I'm pretty novice at it. I'm not that well versed in it. So it's interesting to me learning about that stuff. I know that, so AI, and I know that it is starting to scare a few people. We just went through so I work in entertainment, as you know, and we just went through it was 6 months of a strike.
Yeah.
With the Writers Guild and the actors.
Right.
Basically, with AI being a huge portion of what those negotiations were and how jobs were going to be protected. You know, that's a real thing. It is a real scare for some people. And, I got to say, I was, for one of the companies that we have, I was doing kind of a commercial script that we were having, just written, and I typed into ChatGPT, write me a script for this, and that. Okay? Give it a little bit of a description, and it did. And it was a good script. It was good. And I think that's where a lot of people get, especially writers in this industry, get really nervous. Because, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the whole job.
The other thing is with the actors, many people may not know this, there is a gentleman, I believe he's based out of China, that actually has an AI actress that he made. And she's in movies.
What?
Yes, she's in movies, completely fake. And he gets all the, everything from it, all the, all the money, all the income, it goes right to him.
What?
The residuals, everything goes right to him. And now you have people, like, what the hell? What am I going to do? You can't remove all the human interface.
Yeah.
The other thing that is also happening is a lot of these and I heard this may not be true. I don't want to, please don't quote me on this, but what I did hear was some A-lister actors actually were working AI into their contract. So basically, instead of, let's say, you got Leonardo DiCaprio, instead of him actually showing up for the movie,
It's AI.
it's AI.
No.
But it's his name and
You
likeness.
can't even tell then.
And he gets, he doesn't have to be there. He gets paid for his name and likeness, and there you go.
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
it becomes an entirely different animal
Yeah.
when you look at it in certain ways. So I think that on the subject of AI, it could go either way. I think AI is something better used in things that humans aren't you don't need the human aspect into it. I think that they should be used for medical and, hey, clean the house or some shit like that. I don't know. Things that don't require that human touch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like when you have writers and stuff like that. This is where I was a huge proponent of what they were saying was you can't replace the human aspect to it. You can't. You could try and get real close.
Yeah.
But I don't think you could actually replace that. And I think that's where, good thing is that everything got settled, and I think they're happy with their contracts.
So what is it like? Yeah, what happened? Like, what's going on now?
Well,
What they settled
I
with?
think that it was more of a security factor
Okay.
of basically saying, hey, we're not going to be worked completely out of the equation.
Yeah.
I don't know the full details of the contract, but I think that's more or less, other than them wanting money and raises and stuff like that, which is all a completely normal thing in union negotiations. I think that was a main hiccup and speed bump with a lot of writers and actors, especially fighting with the studio execs on that. But yeah, it's quite an interesting thing to think about.
I think it's interesting because the first thing that I thought of when ChatGPT came out was like, damn, I wish I had this when I was in school.
Oh God! If
That's all I could think of.
The thing is, and a little known. People know this about me who know me. I'm not a school guy. I don't like school. I can't. I have severe ADHD. Okay, and I can't sit in one spot and just zone in on something. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like it has to be interesting to me. I can't sit through a math class. I can't sit through. I could sit through a history class. I could sit through a science class. But schooling for me was just never it, as far as making it or doing something successful. It was never the thing for me. But if I had ChatGPT in school, that would have changed the game.
Yeah.
I'd have been an A+ student.
A good thing you're such good looking.
Dude, it's actually crazy to think about if you had ChatGPT in school, because you think about all the shit that people used to do with the plagiarism and all that stuff. Shit.
Yeah.
You can just type it in ChatGPT.
Exactly.
I'd be thrilled to go to school. But then you would have a bunch of dumb motherfuckers in the Ivy League school, and then he'd really be in trouble. So I guess it's a good thing that it didn't happen. But it's definitely it's crazy. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around what goes into AI and that stuff. But
one of the biggest winners of AI is actually NVIDIA, because NVIDIA, they make a lot of chips, right? They
just came out with I think I saw a commercial. Was it a commercial? Or maybe it was a video on YouTube of this big ass chip that I believe the CEO took out. Is that what? So I understand that a couple days ago, NVIDIA was basically the jewel of the stock market and was carrying the whole stock market.
Right.
Is that the reason why they went up? I'm not too familiar.
So AI is one of the biggest reasons why their quarterly report came out, and they did really good. I think they made it was like 22 billion. And I think it was don't quote me on this, but I remember like 12 billion net income
on
just for revenue from this quarter, this past quarter. Yeah.
Got it.
And for them, it's because of their chips, right? Everything we do requires chips now. The semiconductors, everything, right?
Right.
So they started off. They started off just making GPUs and then mainly if you were into gaming, you had your own computer built. Your own little PC build, you would know NVIDIA because you always see their GPUs at the time.
Right.
But that's how I knew about them.
Right.
And then, of course, they got into the chip making and then as well as AI. I think they were into AI. All right.
You get it. You drive a Charger.
Anyways.
No offense.
They were making, they were into AI before AI was cool. So this was way back, right? So they already had a good spot into this field, in this industry. But a lot of the processing power that we need require these chips that they make. So OpenAI's ChatGPT, DALL-E, and then OpenAI, they even have they're coming out with a text to image model. So now that you could, or not text to image,
Text to
video.
image.
So they actually had a demo a couple of days ago, and it looked really good.
Is that the thing where you type it into ChatGPT, like, make me a picture of?
That's Dolly. That's their
Okay.
text to image function, but they're working on making videos.
Right.
Because right now, I don't like. A year ago, there was a video of like Will Smith.
I did see this
but
on
it was all-
Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that one was really bad. But now they have this new model, and I don't know too much about it. I just saw a few clips, but if you don't really look into it, it's insanely good.
Wow, it's nuts. This ties back into how scary this whole thing is, because you ever heard of like deep fakes and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's actually big. I remember a couple months ago, there was like I don't remember which day it was, but it was at a school. Basically, these kids at a high school were doing like fake news of like the like classmates, and it's so surreal. I don't want my news out there. You know what I'm saying?
What were they doing? They were doing.
I don't want to get
Deepfakes
too
of
into
classmates?
it. I don't want to get too much into it.
Deepfakes
It was
of
under
class-
18, so I was like, okay,
Oh
you know,
my God!
I don't want to know too much about this.
Yeah. Jail.
Don't cancel me yet.
Dude, that's insane. So, and then back to NVIDIA. NVIDIA so they're a GPU company. That's what they do. They've been around for a while, right?
Chips. So they started with hardware, but
Okay.
they're also like get into like software as well.
Nice. And that's insane. That is insane. And so their primary, so they do chips for all types of, also everything, right?
Yeah.
Not just gaming, or do they do gaming?
They do gaming. They do
Cool.
everything. And right now, I mean everything, right? These cameras, there's chips in. I'm pretty sure they of course.
So they're
they
a
all
chip
have.
manufacturer basically for anything.
Yeah, and
Cool.
especially since the U.S. is trying to get more chip making in the states.
Right.
Yeah, they don't want to take. They don't
Where
want to.
do you know where NVIDIA is based? Are they based here, or are they based over? Oh, they're based here. Oh,
yeah.
shit.
So that's why
American
they're
company.
getting a lot of help from government as well.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a pretty crazy story, actually, with the company, the CEO, because he had an interview one time, and they asked, because I'm sure he's been through a lot of shit, because they interviewed him, asked him, like, if he were to start all over, what would he do, right? He said he probably wouldn't have started in his company.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's been pretty rough, but
Did he have like a reasoning behind it in the interview, or do you know?
it's, from what he was saying, like, one is like, you're only crazy enough to think that you can start a company and make it.
Right.
And once you start, there's just every success will come with a new problem.
Of course. Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
It's gonna get bigger and bigger. There's sometimes
And you know, all it is really problem solving at that point. Your job as somebody who's running a company is usually putting out fires.
but it's lonely because in the beginning, it's common issues. When you get to a certain point, nobody else is facing these kind of issues.
Right. You're right. And I mean, if that was his reasoning, I mean, I get it. In my line of work, hold the position of handling all of the operations for my companies.
Right.
So I definitely get the stress factor. Nowhere near the size of the video, obviously, and of course, the size of the company dictates usually how big those problems are. You know, but it's definitely, I mean, at least from my experience, extremely stressful.
Yeah.
You know, doing this, and of course, you know, during the path and during going through all that, you'll have people who you know kind of put things off to, people who help you. And I mean, I guess the most important thing is when you talk about a company like that is your team.
Yeah.
Right. That's the most important thing, and in a successful company. And I mean, I'm sure that the gentleman, the CEO of NVIDIA, has an amazing team behind him.
Absolutely.
And but I get where he's coming from, you know, but again, it's what you sign up for. When you start a company, it is what you sign up for.
Yep. In a way, yeah.
In a way, you know, most people think about starting a company in a very like, hey, you know, everybody's very gung ho about it, and you know, the success rates are very, you know, they're far and few between. But when you actually do it, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it because it becomes your baby.
It
becomes it's something that you started, you groomed, you molded, you did all that. So I wouldn't necessarily agree with the fact that he shouldn't have started it, but I get what he's saying.
You quit your 9 to 5 to work 24/7.
That's exactly what you
Yeah.
do. You're on call all day long.
Exactly.
But again, that's why you talk about successful people and stuff like that. There's a reason why most aren't. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a matter of how much work you put into it and how determined you really are to give up everything and put your attention towards that.
Yeah. Having a good team definitely is really crucial.
Oh, yeah.
Which, unlike Boeing, they've had a lot of hookups recently.
Boeing has been in the shitter
for
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the deal is with Boeing. They had a recent thing with the 737. Is that what it was?
Exactly, the 737 MAX. They pretty much the management they booted everybody out with coming in with the new because previously they had the door just fell off. Or was it the Oregon flight?
That was the Alaska flight, right?
That was Alaska flight.
Yeah, that was the Alaska flight where it flew off mid-flight.
Yeah. And then they've just been, because every morning I'm listening to the news. Every week I just feel like there's been like something bad with Boeing, something fell off, something
don't know what's going on with Boeing right now, and it seems like they are the favorite child of the news right now, so that's not necessarily a good thing for them.
No.
But I'm sure Airbus is very happy.
Yeah. So there's a lot of changes to it. I think mainly they want to work on the production line, making sure everything's just more strict, I guess.
You know, it's interesting because it's like, I mean, you look at most everything is Boeing. Mm-hmm. So when you look at that, you got to consider, you know, how often are these things happening on scale? Yeah. Right? You know, I don't think Boeing is a shitty company in any way. Right. You know, they're an amazing company. But you got to look at that too. Is there, you know, are they coming out of a specific area? Mm-hmm. Are all the 737s, the 737 Maxes manufactured in the same area? Because you can narrow down that problem pretty quickly. Yeah. You know, when it comes to at least, you know, production like that. You know, and I mean, I'd be interested to know. I'd be interested to know where they're all manufactured, if there's a problem with just that. Because, I mean, and this isn't Boeing's first rodeo with a airplane that, or at least an entire airplane line that has been discontinued. I don't know at least how far back it was. There was a airplane. It was... I forgot the name of this airplane, but it had 3 engines, one on the top and then 2 on the sides towards the back, and it was a larger airliner that they had.
You said there's an engine on the top.
Yeah, an engine. So it was it had 3 engines to it.
Okay.
So one on the top. I don't know if we can even look that up, Kevin. Can you see if you can?
It's not the X-wing, no.
No.
Talking about the Max 8 or?
Huh?
Talking about the Max 8.
I think you might be right on that.
Max 8?
Max 8, right? Is that what you're talking about?
I think it might be that. Let me see. Can you type in Max 8 on there and see if you can see if it has a triple engine to it?
Okay. Oh, it's in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, when you said it, I thought like the engines was in the front on the head.
I get it. You don't go to airports a lot.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No. No. They still have some private planes like that. You have the Falcon. They have all that.
Okay. Yeah. That makes more. No, I don't know why. In my head, I was thinking like, how are you flying? You'd be digging into the ground. I don't know. It's been a long week.
It's okay. I get it. It's all right. Well,
we need a shot.
I mean, let's not get into that because if I get started with alcohol, for anybody who knows me, it ends horrifically. I mean, in the best way possible, though. I like it. I mean, yeah, you let me know. I mean, we'll take a shot. We can take a shot after this or not. It's no problem.
Sounds like an alcoholic.
I mean, here's the thing. I think alcohol's fun.
Uh-huh.
Do I need it on Fridays and Saturdays? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm an alcoholic. No. I drink irresponsibly, but responsibly. I have rules. I don't drink during the week. I don't drink at all during the week unless it's a Thursday.
Weekend Tyler, weekday Tyler, completely different.
Oh
beast.
God! Oh please! I'm completely different, and that's why. I mean, that is part of the reason why I go so hard on the weekends is because
Just like what Kobe said to Kanye. Are you a different beast but the same animal?
what the fuck did you say? That was amazing. I do remember that. But yeah, I do. That's. I think that's the biggest thing as far as if you're gonna drink and you're gonna party. You've got to have boundaries.
Yeah.
You've got to have boundaries. People who don't have no boundaries, hey man, it can start getting real dark real quick. But I mean, I gotta say it's fun for me. I love it. I love the nightlife. I love seeing people, talking to people, and making memories with people, whatever they making drunk. I don't know, whatever I can remember. Is usually the best times. And honestly, I gotta say, I have made so many lifelong friends through those experiences, and I mean, it's a good time for me. So I mean, yeah, I mean, we all know you go out. You're quiet. That's the thing. You're quiet, but anybody who knows you knows that you're the guy who takes off his shirt on the table. Me? Me? No. But you get down pretty good. You're very composed. I like that. You're very composed when you drink. Me, you know exactly when that moment of he's good and then holy shit, like it's over. And I'm okay with that because I'm okay with it. It's like I'm not here to hide anything. We're at the club. We're going out.
That's what Ed was telling me last time. He's like, Tyler was trying to convince me to come out, but he was just talking a lot of gibberish. I don't know what he was saying.
First of all, Ed has no room to talk. He's the worst. He likes to play it off like he's innocent. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Ed. He likes to play it innocent. But Ed likes to party just as much. It is one of the best parts about my night is getting people to come out.
Yeah.
Is that push and pull. If you come out and you just say, hey, let's go out, you're like, cool. Great. Yeah, that's fun. But if you got to make me work for it, I'm going to fucking get you drunk, bro. Because I'm going to make you feel
You like the game.
You like the chase. I like the chase. Yeah, I'm a fucking bad influence. I know that. But, it's so funny because in the hours between 4 or let me start earlier. So in the hours between 12 and 4, everybody answers the phone. They'll answer my phone call. PM.
PM? Okay.
Yeah, I know we had to make that distinction.
Okay.
No, but in those hours, people answer the phone, and they'll answer my phone call, no problem. Between the hours of 4 and 6, that number gets cut in half.
Okay.
After 6, man, if you answer the phone after 6 p.m., you know what's up.
Oh.
You know what's up. And many people have told me that. I call during certain times for certain reasons. If I call you between 12 and 4, most of the time, I just got a question to ask you, just want to talk to you. 4 and 6, maybe we go to dinner. Then that could fit into the earlier category too. If it's after 6, bro, you better believe that you know what you're in for. And the people that answer the phone after that hour, I already know what the answer is.
Yeah.
You already know what you're getting into. Hey, what's
WYD.
up? How you doing?
What are you doing tonight?
What you doing tonight, huh? I don't know. All right, we're going to be here. Go there. All right, I'll see you there.
They say they don't know because they already knew why you called.
Man, it's so fun. Every conversation. And what's funny is on my Fridays and Saturdays, on a good Friday, people start calling earlier in the day. That's how I know it's going to be a crazy Friday or a crazy Saturday.
When you get that group chat.
When you either get the group chat or you get 50 random people who are like, hey, what's the move? What are we doing tonight? We're going to go here tonight. I'm like, it's going to be one of those nights. And I already know. My Fridays and Saturdays have become a very predictable, I would say, type of day. I know what I'm going to fucking do. I'm going to go to dinner with somebody, between the hours of 7:30 and 8. Maybe we can push that till 9. 10:30, we're stopping at the pre-spot. I'm either at Tobong or I'm at, somewhere. Yeah. Somewhere pre-drinking.
Okay.
Pre-drinking, and then by the time around 11 o'clock hits, you better believe my ass is at that club. Okay, get seated at the table. After the club's done at 2, go to the after party, and then go to the after party, and maybe there's a third. I know how my nights go every time. And you know what the best part is? I always try to tell myself, hey, this is not going to happen tonight. Every single time.
We've heard that one way too many times.
It's the exact opposite. If I say, I'm down to party a little bit, it's an okay night. It's chill. If I say I don't want to drink at all, that shit's off the fucking rails. That shit's just, it's just some other fucking animal. I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. I'm in some random living room at 4:30 a.m. It's fucked. It's fucked. The conversations are insane, bro. Some of the conversations that happen I always tell people this, okay? So when you go to after parties, anybody who's well-versed in party life, okay? You got 11 to 2. Those are normal hours. Normal people, okay? You go from 2 to 4. You still got some of those normal people in there, but then the fucking degens start coming out of the woodwork, out of those normal people, and you know who they are. You know, everybody in that degen circle knows each other because we all know what time it is. As soon as it hits about 4:30, shit gets weird. Shit's like, these conversations go crazy, just like, you know, shit, I don't even know. I don't even remember half this fucking conversation. Then you start to get into the 5:30 area. 5:30 a.m., bro, shit gets nuts, bro. Just shit's a blur. There's zombies and shit. People are just like functioning, just like, just fucking just tore up, bro. And I mean, there's a phase after that, but I don't make it to that phase. Those guys are on a whole nother level. I know some friends that party until 2 p.m. the next day, you know. But, I mean, fortunately, I like to sleep. Yeah. You know, so about 6:30 is my cutoff. But sometimes, you know, push it to 7. But, you know, usually that's my cutoff. You're usually pretty good. You're usually really good about going home. Sometimes, actually.
Sometimes.
I mean, the other times you're worse than me.
What it is like, actually, my enemy is like, oh, yeah, let's keep it going. But my body's saying, nah, dude.
Is it a bad thing that I don't get hungover anymore?
That's what I was going to say. It's wild that you don't get hangovers.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely take, you know, some of those after drink pills and, you know, after those hangover pills and stuff like that. I mean, for the most part, they do work. But, you know, honestly, on the days that I don't take them, I don't really get hungover anymore. I wake up. I mean, maybe it's because I sleep it off. But I wake up, other than a slight, maybe a little headache, I'm good.
Does it matter what kind of alcohol?
It does matter what type of alcohol. So I'm a big tequila drinker. So I don't drink anything other than tequila. And I drink specific types of tequila. So, you know, depending on what you are as a tequila guy, I mean, obviously Casamigos is the most readily available tequila out there. It is not, in terms of actual tequila drinking, it is not the best tequila out there.
I've heard,
It isn't. It's got a lot of additives and stuff like that, flavoring, and just why it tastes good. That's exactly why it tastes good. I'm pretty sure they put like vanilla and shit in there. But that's why it tastes good. My favorite tequila brand would be Fortaleza. So that's a amazing brand. You know, they are a true tequila brand. And if you actually drink real tequila like that, you don't get really hungover like that. It's because you get hungover from a lot of the other shit, the sugar and all the other stuff that goes into it and they put into it. My drink of choice is a tequila soda. Right? I drink a reposado and soda. That's what I drink. And I mean, you know what I mean? It's either Casamigos or Don Julio. You know, it's one or the other. And I keep that. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm drinking water with my tequila. I don't know what's happening. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just my body's gotten to the point where it's just like, I mean, I guess, dude, it's Friday.
Remember this one place that we went to?
Yeah.
They gave us tequilas. It tastes like gasoline. We're not going to say where.
Oh, my God. I'm not going to name any names. I really will not name any names. But some of these clubs, I mean, I love comp bottles. Thank you to everybody who, thank you to the clubs that do that because, hey, it makes a difference. It absolutely makes a difference. And most of the time, I tell all of my club friends and a lot of friends that I have work in the club scene, some of them being club owners also, and comp bottles make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because 90% of the time, if you got a free bottle, people are going to buy another one. They're going to buy one. They're going to buy one or they're going to buy two. Instead of having them to, and it depends. I mean, it's not like clubs should do it all the time. They know how to work it. They know what to do. But some of these comp bottles, man, I know where the fuck you're getting them. I know how much they are.
Yeah.
Clubs that give out, Cazadores, cool. No problem. It's not the best tequila, but it's not fucking hand sanitizer. You know, it's not that. You're looking at what the difference is here.
Yeah.
You know, I know some clubs that give out Casamigos.
Yeah.
As a comp bottle. And damn, if you're doing that, you know what the fuck you're doing. You're
Right.
doing your part. You know, I get it. Because don't trust me, it's no big secret about how much Casamigos is. It's fucking $40.
Yeah.
You know, we know. It's like, so making that extra effort and giving those good bottles and doing that, I think makes a huge difference in what happens next. You know, if you have clubs out here who are giving out $15 bottles of tequila, my dude,
Yeah.
thank you, but I would rather go to the bar.
Right.
I would rather go to the bar. I'm sorry. That's just, I mean, it's just, I get the what you're trying to do, and I get, you know, thank you for taking care of me, but man, just change it up a little bit. People are not, you know, the club. They don't just live at the club. People go to stores. People know
Yeah.
what you know. People know, and I think you know, I don't want to sound like a snob, but I mean, I just got to say, but yeah, there was a club that we went to, and damn, that tequila, I could barely.
Damn.
It was like, woof. It was bad.
Yo.
I was like, you could have lit a match and everybody that motherfucker would have blown up.
Exactly.
Or something. I mean, whatever. Lit a cigarette. I don't know what the fuck. That shit would have fucking lit immediately. So you don't want that. You definitely don't want that.
Especially at our age. We want to take good care of our body. I mean, we don't already, so we want to do the best we can.
I've got to say, what am I, 30 years old now? I've been partying almost 10 years now. That's so depressing. No, but yeah. And to this point, I mean, it does make sense because that does make a difference.
Yeah,
it makes a difference. If you're gonna pick your poison, you better pick the least. I mean, not so poisonous. I don't know. It's like you're putting alcohol in your body. You're putting poison in your body. You're gonna want the best. You're gonna want the better kind.
Yeah.
And it's like you know, owning a club and doing that stuff. It's like everybody has the same tequila. Everybody has the same thing. It's either going to be Casamigos, Don Julio, Cazadores, or fucking Clase Azul.
Yep.
You know? It's the same roster.
Mm-hmm.
I've yet to meet a club who has a different one. And I would love to, I mean, I don't know what that would do. I would love to see what that does specifically to that club. Because, I mean, that's another thing, too, is having it's like, you know, coming from me, I don't own a club. You know, but do I frequent them enough? I mean, yeah. I mean, shit, I've been to clubs thousands of times over the years now. Cumulatively together, absolutely. Think about it every weekend, sometimes 3 days a week. You know, every single weekend. Maybe not thousands, in the hundreds. Now that I do the calculations in my head, maybe almost 1,000. But
No, but for sure. Have you had baijiu before? It's like, I think it's like Chinese.
no.
It's like it's just really strong.
What type of alcohol is it?
I don't even know. It's just baijiu.
Okay.
So the translation is white alcohol.
White alcohol? Thanks.
Bai is white
Thanks.
alcohol.
Thanks
yeah.
a lot.
So white alcohol.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
You're just saying that because I'm white, aren't you?
No, I swear. I'm just kidding. Actually, yeah. You know what?
And you're Chinese, okay? I know you're Chinese, okay? You hurt my feelings. No, just kidding. Is it good? Is it good?
I don't know too much about it. I'm scared of it.
So you haven't tried it?
I have
Okay.
before, but it's strong as book.
Really?
It's really bad.
So as a Chinese person,
Yeah. What? Huh?
there
Are
are
you gonna say something racist?
I mean, you know, I'm just going right back at you. No. So I used to travel back and forth to China all the time.
Okay.
They have their specific alcohols.
Yeah.
Like, you know, would it be rice wine? Would it be a certain type of, not necessarily, not you know, like there's like a rice, there's a drink. It's like I don't know what it is. It's a wine that they have, but it was fucking strong. And everything that they drank over there, it was insanely strong. The amount, that's what makes me not feel so bad. The amount of alcohol that is consumed daily, especially by, I mean, just looking in the Chinese culture.
Yeah.
Like we were consuming cases of beer.
No, it's crazy out there.
Cases of beer, bro.
And not just China,
No,
Asia, I
Asia
think,
in general.
Yeah.
And it's like that. All my friends, so a couple of my friends were going to do some traveling, and Vietnam, insane. The clubs in Asia are bonkers.
Yeah.
They make the clubs out here look, you know, it's just like it's nuts.
It's nicer, and also over here it's like only on the weekends. We really party on the weekends. Over there it's every day.
It's daily. It's a part of life, huh?
It's every day.
That's
and
insane.
when you get off work, people go eat, drink at bars and everything together. Like that's like a common thing.
Wow.
Over here, that means you're an alcoholic.
And it's crazy the interpretation because they smoke like chimneys.
Yeah.
You know, it's and they smoke, they drink. They have pretty long life rates. It makes you think. It makes you think.
No, and you know what's crazy? So I play basketball at this this one league, right? It's every Saturday and Sunday. This is one team in particular. They're like old, like aged Chinese people. Like it's like a whole team just made of them, and then they would be there every day, Saturday and Sunday. They play. So there's like 5 different divisions, right? Some of them play every division, and between the games, you catch them at the side just smoking a cig, 2, come back in, boom, another 40 minutes, come back out.
Those Chinese cigarettes too, they ain't got no filters.
Yeah.
I smoked over there too. That shit is wild, dude. It's like they're built differently. They're built
Iron
completely
lungs for sure.
It's like it was nuts. I gotta say, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but damn, bro, I was scared, bro. I was 22. I was 22 and this was happening, and it's like nowadays I wouldn't be so scared.
Yeah.
Nowadays I'm pretty seasoned with drinking at least, you know. But I mean, back then I was like, damn. I was like, what to do?
Yeah.
I was like, what do I do? I don't know what to do with this. But yeah, man. I mean, I gotta say, party life and clubs. It's because I mean, especially in Los Angeles, dude.
Yeah.
We're in LA. It's like it's a natural part of. I don't want to say it's a natural part of life, but it is.
Kind of.
On Thursdays, I mean, Fridays, Saturdays. I mean, I guess for certain people, because for sure that you know, I have a lot of wholesome friends out there that just don't like the scene. They don't like to, you know, house parties are better for them. And I don't disagree with that.
Right.
I don't disagree with that because there are some days where I just don't want to go out to the club and see a million people and say hi to a million people. And it's always it's a blur. Sometimes house parties are better, more intimate, fun, stuff like that. So I think I am kind of changing gears towards that. Because now that I think of it, I mean, we were at a house party last week.
Oh, yeah, we were.
We were at a house party last week. Shout out to the homie Peter. Thank you.
Hell yeah, Peter.
At a house party last week, and it was fun. I had a good time. We pre-gamed there, went to the club, and post-gamed.
Yeah.
You know, it was fun. Played, what's the damn game? What's that Lunar New Year game?
Oh,
one with the crab and the you know, the
I
dice.
don't know the name, but yeah,
That was fun.
the gambling game. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
fun for me. It was fun. We drank.
Yeah, because you won.
I mean, that's true too.
Ask Ed, was it really that fun?
Hey man, I can't help it. Beginner's luck. But I think, I mean, those are really fun for me. Those are cool. It's cheaper. It's better. You know, it's like it's you know, it's not, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong though. Some days at the clubs are just, you can't miss it. But
yeah.
I think house parties are becoming more of a better thing to do in the world of.
I mean, but house parties has always been like a California thing.
Is that right?
I think so. Well, like Western.
A Western thing?
Yeah, because Western states. Because I remember going to New York. They're like, oh, what do you guys do in California? You guys go to house parties and stuff? I was like, what?
Oh.
Who told you this?
I mean, New York is New York is another animal too. You got the 3 club capitals, right? Of the, I guess, the states, right? You've got California, you've got Los Angeles, you've got New York, and you have Miami, right? So Miami, of course, beats out everybody. I will not lie with that. I mean, the clubs in Miami are, they're good. They're good. You have Story, you have 11, you know, you've got those big clubs out there that don't close. Basically. You got people running out of there at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. In LA, that's the only tough part. And I don't want to say that in a bad way, but it's like, or at least in a more degenerate way, it's like, yeah, the club ends at 2.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, it's kind of early.
Right.
I'd rather a club end at 4.
Yeah.
If it ended at 4, I'd be less likely to go to an after party. I would go home.
Come on, man.
I would go home. And it's a bitch to go to an after party sometimes. If it's far, man, I don't want to do that. I just want to stay right here. So these clubs are open till like 6 a.m. It's like, yeah, I'll set up shop here, and we'll be good. That's great. So I mean, I don't know. California needs to up their game.
Yeah.
Or they need to at least change the laws.
Exactly.
But
I don't think that's gonna happen though. It would be tough.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have some technical difficulties happening currently.
It is our first episode.
It is. It is. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm here for it. And,
This was pretty good, pretty fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Did you like it? It was good?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Good.
Yeah. Definitely.
Now we just need Ed here, and
Definitely.
then shit really will go off the rails.
Yo.
But, yeah, I think it was fun, and,
We'll come back again next week.
see you guys next week.
Tune in, guys. What did people usually say? Like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, hit that button, and, did I say all the right buzzwords? Thanks, guys.
All right, see you guys next week.
Cool. Fabulous.